Is anybody else wondering where hydrogen is today? Because, like, I am over the rain. I'm just saying.
Hello, BAM fam. It is Thursday, October 29th, 2020, and here's what you missed. Today we took a deep dive into the periodic table of elements so that we could learn how to be literate using this chart. The periodic table of elements is essentially an alphabet for the universe. In it, you will find every single type of atom that makes up every single piece of matter in the known world. For example, as previously mentioned, hydrogen makes up things like sun and stars. We also have various other examples of how these atoms appear in our lives. Some of y'all noted that sulfur makes an appearance in your mornings in the form of eggs. Also, we're all breathing some oxygen. Also, sometimes during Thanksgiving, we see big balloons filled with helium parading down the street. So many of these elements we use in our everyday life, we just had no idea what they were. Check out this one. Ooh, cell phones. How about nickel? Gotta have that money, get that money. How about copper? We gotta be able to plug in these devices we're all using. And one more example. Aluminum. Makes many things. Airplanes. Makes me nostalgic for travel. Reading the periodic table isn't as difficult as you might think. There are only 4 pieces of information you really need to know about, especially in 7th grade. Also in 7th grade, know that we're only talking about the top 20 elements on the periodic table, which are pretty simple in terms of composition. The most important things that you need to know about in each of these elements are how these two numbers function and what information they tell us. For example, the whole number that's typically in the top right-hand corner, or at least at the top of the element's ID card, if you will, is the atomic number. That is the number of protons and electrons in the atom. We all know that the number of protons, generally speaking, equals the number of electrons. So for example, this helium atom has 2 protons, it has 2 electrons, hence why its atomic number is 2. The other number that's normally a decimal point is the atomic mass. So this number tells us the average mass for a helium atom. The information that we can get from the atomic mass is about the number of neutrons that the average helium atom has. How do we do that? Well, we take the atomic mass, we subtract from it the atomic number, and then that number reveals to us the average number of neutrons. We might also do some mathematical magic and reverse this formula. If for some reason I gave you the number of neutrons in an atom, you could add that number of neutrons to the atomic number and get the atomic mass, more or less. And that's how to read the periodic table. Now, can somebody please order some more hydrogen? It is raining!